Hello there guys, Andrew Brackenbury, the Nerdfather here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up an Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing account, often known as Amazon KDP. This is often used to publish your own books, so I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to do that. So let's get started, shall we? First of all, you need to open your web browser and go to kdp.amazon.com, and it'll bring you up the Amazon KDP page. Now, when you first sign on to that website, it's going to ask you two options. First of all, it's going to ask you to either log in, which I've done now, or it's going to ask you to sign up. So you would go ahead through the process of signing up, filling in details and stuff like that, your email address, and it'll ask you for two-step verification, which is often happens in these kinds of things. So I strongly advise you to go and do that, so no one can get into your account and start messing around with it, because that's happened to me in the past, and I don't very much recommend it. Anyway, so once you've signed up and created an account, you will then be greeted with a page that looks similar to this. But first of all, it will take you to something like this. So I'm going to go into my account and show you exactly what you're going to see. Right. First of all, you need to set up a profile. That includes your date of birth, whether you're an individual or a corporation. It'll then ask you for your country, your name, address line, stuff like that. So if you did want to get one of your books published or whatever, and you wanted to have a copy of the book, it would then they would send you a copy of the book at a discounted price to review and just to check that you're happy with it and whether you want to edit any details. But anyway, yeah, just fill in your address and stuff because it's mainly for that. Now, you'd then need to set up the getting paid thing. It would ask you whether you want to be paid in euros, pounds, and dollars or whatever. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so I'd like to be paid in Great British pounds. And so I'd go ahead and do that. Okay, once you fill in your bank information and stuff like that, these steps really are just a step-by-step process. It gives you details and gives you information of what you need to do anyway. So you just follow the instructions. I'm not going to go too much into that. Now, tax information. Now, tax information is is mainly for whether you sell in the US or not. If you're a non-US seller, you would still need to provide tax information in order to start making sales, because predominantly Amazon is a US company, so most of your sales may come from America, so they have different tax brackets out there, and thus you would need to set up your tax information, which brings us to this next bit, tax information. Okay, I've already done mine. I can't remember the full process how to do it because it was quite a while ago, August. But just like the other pages, it gives you a step-by-step process and it tells you all the information about what you need to do anyway. It doesn't cost you anything. They don't take any money out of your bank account. It's just a formality, just in case you sell in the US, and obviously you get taxed on your sales in the US as well as everywhere else. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on the whole tax thing, because it's pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the instructions and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll then get assigned an account ID, which means that's your KDP account ID, in which you can then use to sell books and stuff. Right, so once you've done all that, you set up your profile, you set up your bank information, tax information, then we get to the fun stuff. Okay, so we're going to go to Bookshelf, and you're greeted with a page that looks just like this. Okay, I've got two books on here, The Last British Cookbook You'll Ever Need, available on Amazon Marketplace, you can find it anywhere. Same with this one, The Ultimate Guide to Buying a Used Car, Comprehensive Handbook. So I'm going to show you these as examples, and you can view it. I'm just going to show you can view it on Amazon. So I'm going to go to View on Amazon and click UK, and it'll bring up a page that shows you my cookbook on Amazon. There we go. So if you're interested in buying it, it's right there. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm going to come off that. Right, so on this page you can then start to create and publish books, which is what we're all here for. So let's go ahead. So I'm going to click on Create, and it gives you the option whether you want to publish on Kindle ebook, paperback, or hardcover. Now, Kindle, in my experience, is the best one for sales because it's more convenient for everybody, because people nowadays are walking around with smartphones and tablets, so normally it's the most accessible. But you do get a lot of people who want to buy paperback. They like to hold the product in their hand, which is nice. And then you've got the hardcover for these super rich people who like to wipe vomit off their books. I'm only joking. Anyway, so you can then start to create an ebook. So I'm going to click on ebook and then we'll start creating. Okay, so when it comes to creating an ebook or any other book format on this page, you'll come up with a page that looks just like this. Obviously, you choose your book language. Obviously, mine is English. And then you'd go ahead and fill in book title, subtitle. If it's part of a series, you'd add series details, for example. It won't let me do that because I haven't done that bit yet. Never mind. But anyway, you go ahead and do that. Your edition number, it's optional, you don't have to, but if it's the first book in like a series of novels, for example, you just put edition 1 or 2 or 3 and so on and so forth. Your author's name, so you can either choose your own name or obviously if you've got a pen name that you like to use, you can put that in there, so you go ahead and do that. Any contributors for people who've maybe done the book cover, so if you know someone who's a good artist who's designed the book cover for you, you'd put illustrator and their first and last name. This is optional, but if you're a good person, you would anyway, wouldn't you? We get further along to the description. Now you could describe your book formally, or you could put a nice, quirky, catchy blurb on there saying this is, for example, this is the best book available this year. This is the ultimate book in cooking, or something like that. Just dress it up, make it look nice. At the end of the day, you've really got to sell your book as well. So you've actually got to do some work. So go ahead and put a good, catchy description. It always helps. Publishing rights. So if you're writing on your own and you're not part of a publishing company, you would put I own the copyright. If you're doing this purely for people to read for free or it's part of a company, you would put this as public domain work. Or if you're doing a different version of a book that's already available, you would put public domain work, just to avoid any confusion with people. If it's got any adult themes in there, you would put yes. If it hasn't, no. Reading age. So if you're aiming at people from, let's say, 10 years old onwards, you'd put 10 and 18 plus. And primary marketplaces, you would just select which, So my primary marketplace, I think I set it to Amazon.com because I've had quite a few American people buy my book. But I've had people all over the world. So, if you want to reach the bigger marketplace, my advice would be to use Amazon.com, but I'm in the UK, so sometimes I've got one book on Amazon.com and then I've got one book on Amazon.co.uk. It depends what you want, really. I just put Amazon.com. Categories. You just hang on 1 second. Right, so I'm just going to put no there. So categories. You get to choose a category if it's a novel or something like that, or if it's like a textbook or it's just a picture book. Let's say picture book. You would select art and photography, and then what kind of art is it? Or subcategory. Let's say art. Erotica. Let's not do that. Okay, let's go graphics design. Okay, and then you would go to what graphics design you are. It's fairly self-explanatory. I don't need to go into it too much. Just save categories, and then it comes up with it eventually. Right. So keywords. Keywords on Amazon work exactly like YouTube. So if you wanted people to find your book and let's say it's an art book, you would put something like, let's say art, and then you would go ahead and put maybe illustrative, or let's see, architecture. You get the idea. So just if you think of the best buzzwords to do with art, let's say you are making an art book, you'd put them in there, and then people could obviously find your books using the keywords they use. So it is all to do with algorithms. I will be honest, but if you can find the right algorithm, the right buzzwords, the right keywords, you should do quite well. Now, pre-order. You can set a date to release the book. I prefer to just release them now because obviously if you want to make money making books, you want to release it straight away, really, don't you? So I just save and continue. Oh, hang on. Oh dear. Right. You know what? I'm just going to put classics. Save that. Okay. So what else do I need to do? Own the copyright. I'm just going to put some blurb in here. Sorry. I forgot you need to do all this. So I'm just going to type that. Hang on, let's copy that. Yeah, that'll do. Anything else? So I'm just going to put Bob, and then Bobby, Bobby. Let's put book 1 for that. Okay, so let's just assume that they're real details. Okay, right. So we've done those bits. Let's go to save and continue. And this is where the fun part comes in. Upload the manuscript. Okay, so now the manuscript is actually the document your story or your textbook or whatever you're publishing is written on. So you would go ahead and upload manuscript by clicking that. It'll take you to obviously your file documents or whatever like that anyway, and you would then go ahead and upload it. Now the best format to upload in my experience is either .epub, EPUB, or PDF, okay, because they're the easiest to work with. Kindle seems to recognize them better. It says KPF file, but I've used PDF and it works just as well. So PDF is the most accessible to most people. People are familiar with it, so just upload it in PDF. You save a lot of heartache. And then you would go to create your cover. You can launch a cover creator, or if you've got a picture that you've edited or you've got someone to do for you, or you're really talented at art and you've made a really nice textbook cover, you would then go ahead and upload your own, or if you want to use Cover Creator, you can just click that button and start to create a cover with the available ones that Amazon provides. Did you use AI? If yes, obviously yes. If no, no. And then you can preview the book, so if you click on that, it will show you a preview what the book could look like, so you can then go ahead and edit it and dress it up a bit and make it look tidier and things like that. And then ISBN. Now an ISBN is an International Standard Book Number, which is if you're part of a publishing company, or let's say you're writing for Bloomsbury, which is the publishing agents that published Harry Potter, let's say you're part of them, they would assign you an ISBN. And if you have an ISBN, you would put it in there manually. Or if you don't have an ISBN and you're just writing for yourself, just to publish your first book on your own, you just save and continue, and it would automatically assign one. But you pretty much get the idea. I think it's all self-explanatory. It gives you the instructions on what to do. So I'm not going to go too much further into any of this. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. I mean, continue without saving. Yep. So that's pretty much how you do it. That's how you publish your book. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that. I don't need that. Yeah, that's it. That's how you publish a book. Yep, set up your account, do all the details properly, set up your profile, your bank details, whatever, you set up your tax information, make sure you follow the instructions on the tax information properly. It does provide it, so you shouldn't need to worry. And then you can start getting to the fun stuff and start actually becoming a publisher, a published author. So that is quite a flex nowadays, especially if you go to for a job interview or something like that, or you're giving them your resume, your CV. You can put at the bottom that you're a published author. And I tell you what, being a published author is a hell of a conversation starter sometimes. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So thank you guys for watching. I've been Andrew Brackenbury, the Nerdfather. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.